Hey, good people, Davia here, and welcome to an episode of Tales from the Shaker, a Davia Williams Stevenson podcast. Look, we have come to the completion of season 4, and I've got a really special guest. You know, we've heard some amazing stories from people, their triumphs, their challenges, lots of humor, a few tears along the way. Well, I've got a guest now that knows all of my stories. Taking a risk here, y'all. It's my baby, my husband, Eric Stevenson. I am thrilled that you sat down here to do this with me. We have quite a life. We've been married a number of years, almost 39 years. I'm proud of that. I'm grateful for that. And I'm going to ask him to, we were having some fun while we were making the drinks, and he brought his whole personality.
I plan to share all the secrets, by the way.
Which I love, and you will too. But since it's my show, if I yell cut because he's saying some things I don't want y'all to know. No, it'll be good. Thank you for being here, sweetheart.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So we're trying to figure out how we're going to kind of handle our banter. So I actually got a couple starter questions just to make sure we're on the tip. So I guess my first question is, like, how are you feeling about being here? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Are you?
Yeah, I mean, anytime there's a camera rolling, you're a little bit nervous, but given that I'm talking to you, whom we've been together, married, like you said, for almost 39 years, together for 44 years-ish.
Numbers, man.
Yeah,
That's
like
crazy.
there's not a whole lot to be nervous about, but we'll see where it goes.
Well, I know there's lots and lots of stories. There might be,
listen.
we'll see where things go. Yeah. So when you think about that, like all the years that we've been together, we started dating when we were freshmen, within a couple of months of our freshman year in college, and we learned later it was Sweetest Day, or maybe you knew it was Sweetest Day.
Yeah, that's how it's. Yeah.
And we've been through so many things. We've grown up and we've raised a family, and they're grown. And like, what do you think? What do you think about qualities that have allowed us to sustain?
No, first, I would have to correct you on the one thing just right off the bat.
Oh.
We have grown, and we are older.
Yes.
But the part about grown up,
Well,
we'll see.
I think we're grown up most of the time.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things we talked about is when we were dating, when did the journey start? And was there chaos? Was there journey? Was there fun? All that. And I thought a lot about that before coming on and sitting down. And I would say during college, it was just getting to know each other. Yeah. I would say the real journey started once we got married. And that's when the journey in terms of, like, within 30 days, 45, 60 days of getting married, we're moving to Chicago. You're already there. I'm moving to Chicago, trying to get a job, trying to find an apartment, right? And then end up you're in school, then you're not in school, and you're pregnant, and I'm in school, and it just kind of the journey began there. And then from there to from Chicago, all over Chicago, downtown, north side, south side, right? Yeah, it was just it was a lot, and we took on everything all at the same time. So if we were giving people advice, you'd say, look at our picture and don't do it. Don't do it that way. That is asking for trouble. Right?
Yeah, but you know what? I think there's something in that struggle of. There are times when, like, I love where we are now. I love that we're married all these decades and we've done the thing.
Can you stop saying decades?
Okay, yes. Well, you're the one that brought up 44 years together,
Yeah.
We say we don't look like what we've been through. We don't look like.
Thank you, Lord.
Gosh, I forgot my question. I don't know. I forgot.
Well, I think, one of the things that people often ask, you've been married 39 years, what's the key? And, there's no doubt about it. It's our faith. I think about when we started dating, and if we had continued on the path we were on when we started dating, there is no way we make it 39 years. It wasn't going to happen. Yeah. The key was we started dating as freshmen. Yeah. You had some faith. I had really no faith. And over that journey, I become a believer my senior year in college, right? So all of us we've been through, and then that senior year when I really hear from God and accept the Lord as my Savior and start following Him, and then you renewed your faith, and that was, I would say, that's the real beginning of our relationship in terms of growth and maturity and sincerity, those things happened that senior year of college. Everything else was kind of an experiment up until then.
That's good. Baby.
But that's when we made the decision that this is for life and that we're committed to it, good, bad, indifferent. So
I remember people talking about you as a groom, our wedding day, that was the calmest groom. And so you'd work through the questions. You'd made your decision. That's one thing I know about you and appreciate about you. When you go through your process, and you generally have a decision process, once you make up your mind, you go in that direction and you make it work. And I think that's been stabilizing for me. I am definitely the spontaneous one. I will move without structure. Sometimes it gets in my way. And I think you're very anchoring.
I think I don't know where I picked this up, whether I read it or someone shared it with me, but a piece of wisdom that I really think is powerful is people agonize over a decision. Is it this way, that way? Am I going to do this or go to that school, marry this? It's like all those are options. All those can be yes, all those can be no. They're just choices. But once you make the choice, then it's up to you to make that choice work. Like it's not the right choice. The right choice is the one that you made and that you're committed to making work. And that translation was when we, remember that Terry at Everlasting Life Baptist Church, who was our pastor, our friend.
Yeah.
And
you were his first wedding.
And he had barely just been married. But I remember one of the things he said.
We were all so young. That's
once you're like, the only decision you have to make is, are you going to marry that person? Then it's yes from then on. There is no alternative. And so as much as people talk about love and passion and energy, all incredibly important.
Absolutely.
Commitment may be at the top of the list.
Commitment. And I would say skill. I think skill is very important. I counsel couples, and your ability to listen, to be willing to change your mind. Changing your mind is hard.
But when you say those first 20 years we had no skill, I won't say no skill, but it was just like plowing. You know what I mean? It was so. I mean, yes, skill. I think I'd say skills as you develop that part of you and grown in that space, but that's not how we started with a lot of skill.
Yeah. But I wonder. I think we're healthy and we're solid. We've certainly been through years where it was tougher than others, and I think that's realistic. Anybody who says they've never had struggles in their marriage is just lying.
I wonder though. I have met those people, and they're like, no, we don't.
I don't think they're close.
But
I just don't.
I want to know. I want to follow them. I want to see like what's it really like and what that person's really feeling.
I feel like somebody's not bringing themselves. You can't agree on all things and be on the same page at all times. You're two different people from two different backgrounds, and you choose to go in the same direction. And there's got to be some bumps along the way. There's got to be some friction. It's like puzzle pieces is how I see it.
All I can say is I don't know about them, but we've had the bumps and the friction.
We've had the bumps
and
the bruises, but I think on the way to this, right, and to safety and to honesty, and I think not taking everything so personally. It's a lot of stuff is not about the other person, and I think it's taken a while to get there. I know. I think I tend to be the more sensitive one. At least I express it as a personality, and certainly in our marriage. And so I know that over the years I would be more likely to take things personally that probably weren't about me at all.
Yeah, if you were to go back now and give us advice when we got married, what would you tell us?
Yeah, I think I would say, number one, it's probably not about you. Take a pause. It's probably not about you. Make sure your apologies are about healing and not about moving to the next thing. Like, okay, I'm sorry, let's just go. No, sorry for what? What can we learn? Take your time, I think is what I would say. If it's a lifelong commitment, then take your time to resolution.
So I hear what you're saying when you say that. In terms of your apologies, being real and know what you're doing. But I think that's also a learned skill. Like I don't. And
I'm talking back to my younger person.
Yeah, I think that's a learned skill. If I were giving advice, I would say be present. Like figure out how to be present in the second, in the minute, in the moment, in the hour, and not worried about what it means for tomorrow, what it means for my career, what it means for where we're going to buy a house, what it means about yesterday or who we were. Like if you can what does it mean to be fully present in the moment? And the only thing that matters is right now. Doesn't matter what I have to do in 2 hours. Doesn't matter what you have to do in 2 hours. is just this conversation, not even a minute from now. Like right now, what are you feeling right now? What would you say to that?
Right now?
Right now, this moment.
I'm proud.
Why?
You're going to make me cry, which is not hard to do. I'm proud of how you're showing up right now. I'm proud of our partnership. That's what I was thinking when I was looking at you. I'm like, I am proud of him. That's not an uncommon, I'm usually proud of you. Proud of your accomplishments. You're a very accomplished man. I'm proud of the efforts you make toward me and in those relationships that are important to you. But for you to talk about, I am fully present right now. I know that you have notes. Good grief, y'all. This was not what I thought was going to happen. Certainly not so early on. Well, I'm being present. So here come the tears. You've got a notepad and a pen. And you were at first concerned, should that be seen? I'm like, it's fine if that's what you do. He says, I do this to be present. If you say something I want to respond to, I want to make sure I hear it. And then I can bring it back. I don't have to be working on my response. In the moment, it's your pause. Yeah. It's your pause. And I love that. Yeah, that was the first word that came to mind. I feel proud.
All right.
Yeah.
So since you're talking and I'm asking questions, I have another one for you.
Good. Can I recover?
Yeah, this is part of it.
It
is. You wrote a book. You're doing the podcast. You're speaking. You're a counselor, therapist. You like to travel. If I were saying to people that you engage with on social media, like, what do you really want?
I want my life to be used to encourage people. I think that's my call. I think all of the things that I've been through, cancer battles, losing my parents, just a number of things, living with pain most days. It hasn't made me a bitter recluse. It has deepened my capacity to love, I think. And I know folks are going through things. Everybody is. My hard stories are not that unique.
So when you say that, when you want to encourage people, how does what you do, what you've been through, encourage people?
I'll say what people say to me. Like, I'm drawn to your joy. I'm drawn to your warmth. You have a bank of wisdom that you share freely and in a way that I can receive. This is what I hear from folks, and this is what has allowed me over time to step into those spaces. I don't feel like I always know what I'm doing. I'm figuring it out along the way as well. I can think of, like most people, I can think of my failures or the places where I'm struggling quicker than I can think of my strengths. That's what comes to mind to me as well. But I've believed from the first cancer diagnosis when I was 17 years old that God is going to use this story, not just for me, use my life, not just for me, but for others. Once I realized I was going to live through it, I thought I was on a mission to encourage people unto my death, which I thought would be soon. And here I am.
So what I think is tricky about that, like I hear what you're saying and about impact in others.
Yeah.
The challenge or thing I would have you think about as you keep moving forward is that's the future, right? Like I'm going to impact people in the future. And I think
I impact people in the present when I'm present.
Yeah. I think that's the point I would lean into even more is like this moment, like it's the future puts pressure on you. Tomorrow is pressure and that's for pain and all that and disappointment. But right now, like you can just, so when I think about like how if I were, what I've seen from your life, the in the moment part that I see is that you will fight right now. You will fight for your friends right now. You'll fight for your marriage right now. You'll fight for your health right now. And that's, that really is all that we have is right now. And that's how I think that's where your greatest impact is. And I think the more you can lean into this moment, I think like the more impact that you're going to have, because all the stuff is there, all the things, the experiences, and you just got to make sure you're fully living in the moment, because yesterday is yesterday and tomorrow
may not come. So I thank you for that. I think that's a good bit of wisdom for me. I think when you're living in the future, that's where your anxiety comes from. Right?
Totally.
And
I know it does for me.
Yeah, it does.
Worried about
does.
what I'm going to say tomorrow.
What's going to happen next? What have I not, where am I going to fail tomorrow or something like that? But I think there's tension. I think more than one thing is true. So you live in the now, but you get education, but you buy insurance, but you pay your bills monthly. You know what I mean? So there's this tension. There still is preparation for the future. Mortgages due at the first of the month, not the end of the month.
I think what I'm saying, as long as I'm doing what I need to do now for all those things to happen, great. But spending time worrying about those things is where the wasted energy and diversion, and I laugh because, one thing you talk about is what's one of my hobbies, passions, kind of lifelong pursuits has been golf. And
I did not roll my eyes. I had an itch.
That's okay.
I did not roll my eyes.
I don't mind. You can, everybody's got their passions.
Listen.
But I would say my biggest challenge on the golf course isn't about a swing or a thought. It's about being present and not worried about what people think, not trying to impress people. And one of my favorites is I played in a Pro-Am a few years ago, and I think it was Justin Thomas. Yes. We're playing at Muirfield Village. First tee, they're hitting back 70 yards further back than we are. There's nothing I can do on the golf course that's going to impress a professional golfer. Nothing, right? It's not possible. The fact that I'm on the first tee worried about what they think.
Yeah.
It's
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I know what they think. He's an amateur. I hope he gets off the first tee, right? Like that's all they're thinking. But yet we all as amateurs spend nights worried about that
practicing,
worried about that one moment. Yeah, and what did I do?
Yeah.
I hit it 15 yards off the first tee into the grass, and we can't even find it. So it's all about, I'm trying to learn how to be more present and control what I can control, which is what I think, what I feel, how I move, what I do. Yes. That I can control. Yeah. And I can only control it right now.
That's good, babe. Wow. Okay. So some of the conversation that I'd hoped to have was going to go through the journey, meaning looking back over how we became. But let's talk about now. What is now? What thrills you now? Gosh, I don't even know how to do it because I'm still talking about tomorrow. Yeah.
So, right now, what I'm focused on is enjoying this conversation. Right? We've never done this before. And to do it with somebody who knows everything about me, other than my mom and my aunt and a couple cousins, no one on earth knows me, has known me as long as you have, and none of those people, in terms of hours together. There's no one that I have more hours on this earth with than you. So there's nothing that I can say or do to hide or fake or move. You know it all. Yeah. And so, it's just when I'm thinking about, this journey that we've been on, like that's got us to now. That's how I think about all those experiences. I remember our first date, and it was on Sweetest Day when I gave you that card. And so when I first met you, it was in the library. I was helping your roommate. And Leah remembered that, by the way.
Leah remembered it?
I saw Leah this weekend.
Yes,
she remembered that.
Yes.
And then
we are so blessed to still be in good relationship with people
a lot of
all
friends.
Our lives, 50 years.
We were, but our first date. So I remember picking you up after your show.
Yeah.
Then we went to Oklahoma City to Molly Murphy's. I think that's what it was called.
That was the first date. Yeah.
Then we come back. So I bring that up because we're having drinks now.
All
so
right.
let's just get this out of the way.
All
so
right.
we go to Molly Murphy's, and it's this restaurant where it's really, where they have characters. And they were they Disney characters?
No,
Not
they're
Disney.
whatever. There was a caveman. There was a.
So we tried to order a drink. They embarrassed us because we weren't of age. We were truly 18 years old.
Yeah.
So anyway, we come back to Norman. We drive back to Norman, and we go to service
The
station.
service station.
Which
It
the
just
building,
closed, right?
It just closed. The building is still there. We go there.
Yeah.
And did we have screwdrivers or windjammers?
It was a windjammer.
A windjammer,
A bunch
which
of
was-
fruit juice and
a little
rum, I think.
Yeah, okay. So we have that.
My first drink, by the way.
Yes.
Just so you know.
It's probably my second. So
okay.
I mean, I had beer.
You were beer. You had a lot of beer in high school. I didn't do a lot of that. you
Before
know.
I got to be 62 and I am sensitive to gluten, I could drink beer. But anyway, we go back. We have our drink in Norman because it's a college town. They don't care how old you are at that time. And then after that, then we go back to my room and we're just kind of having a, well, this is, you correct me where I'm wrong here.
Carry on.
Then we get back to my room and we've been there probably a
half.
half hour, 40 minutes. I'm like, okay, hey, I'm going to walk you back to your dorm. And all I remember is like, okay, she's not leaving. This woman does not, or I don't know if I called you a woman, but this does not want to leave. And tell me where I was wrong. I had to, I don't think I carried you to your dorm.
What?
But it was.
You wasn't rushing to get rid of me. What was that?
That was an eye roll. Not rushing. We've been together for 6 hours on the first date. I mean, like rushing. No, it wasn't a rush.
I remember saying, I'm not tired of you.
Yes, I was very tired.
You were not tired.
Okay.
You got an advice on how to impress me. I remember that. You going to deny that part? Okay, so it started. Let's go back to, we met in the library. You're helping my friend with her math.
Which is amazing that I was helping somebody with their math. That just blows me away.
Well, you were very confident. And your roommate was someone I'd known from middle school.
So that was one of those you whispered, you thought you said it quietly, but you said it out loud?
What I say out loud?
Oh, you were very confident. Yes, I'm confident.
You asked me.
I was pretty good at finite math. It wasn't calculus 3.
You got through the crowd. Anywho, so I come home from class one day and there's a flower and a note. I know I still have that note somewhere. It was written on like red construction paper with like crayon or something. It was
so basically it's one of those things where they're selling.
You're selling
it's a
flowers.
fundraiser.
It was a fundraiser.
Yeah. And Sherrod, who introduced us.
Yeah.
And I saw Sherrod this weekend, right? Mm-hmm. So another one of my
that's so cool.
40-year friends. And he'd gotten a car for somebody, and I was like, "Who am I going to get?" Davia.
Davia.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't random. It was like, "Ooh, you act like I just try to pull a name out the hat." It was Davia. Yeah. You had to deliver it. Somehow.
No, I didn't. No, they delivered it.
They delivered it because it was laying on my bed.
Yes, they delivered it. It was on your door, I think. But anyway,
that was on my bed.
Okay.
Maybe Leah had come home and put it on my bed or whatever, something like that. And so then I went on to search to figure out who it was.
But think about that how big University of Oklahoma has been as a part of our life for that, right? That's where we met. That's where our best friends are.
Yeah.
At that time, you didn't have hair, right? You had lost your hair
I was still doing chemo.
Through chemo. That was, you wanted to go to Georgetown. That was your, Oklahoma was your settle option because your parents wanted to keep you close during the chemo. Yep. Right, just a lot that happened then. Yeah. And to go through that. And now what I laugh at is now, like, we're both all in on OU football.
I know.
And then when we were there, we barely went to the games.
Yeah.
And we had won a national championship our senior year. Yeah. And we barely went to the game. Yeah. We were the bomb.
I remember when you changed, because even early in our marriage, it was during those kind of Switzer, are they
I wasn't
years?
Switzer. No, we were good during Switzer. It was after Switzer. Then it was the dark ages for 15 years.
But there were some things going on that we weren't so proud about. I thought that
just losing
off of the
they're mostly just losing.
Okay. Well, okay. So anyway, this resurgence of being football fans. I've been involved in the university. Years? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Well, once we were free, our kids were done with school and their sports and that kind of thing. I think that's when we re-engaged. Yep. Yeah. And you've served in committees and on the board and all. So it's been a big part of our lives. Every football game is an away game to us.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, even the home games. It's fun part of our life.
So I remember when you came up with your tales from the shaker and either things that have shaken people up or that they're shaking up, and you've had some amazing guests, but first time for like you get to be a guest a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you're shaking it up, and I think in terms of that being present. It's what's that next step for you? Not in terms of, world domination, but like really lean into in the moment that you can shake it up. If I think the more you let go of fear or what people think, the more you can just let it rip right now in the moment. That's your tails are going to continue to grow.
I don't even know what to say. Thank you. That's so encouraging. We're entering another transition, right? I think about us. I was watching you the other day. We keep our granddaughter one day a week, and the two of you were sitting outside. It was a beautiful fall day, and our backyard is really pretty. And she was sitting on your lap, and you were making up stories, I think is what I could tell was going on. So you were telling a story, and she's just enwrapped looking at you, and I was just looking at you from the inside, and I thought, man, I remember when we were 18 years old and figuring it out. And
he's making up stories back then.
Yeah, you've been making up stories. But what a privilege it was to sit there and watch you as a grandfather with that little lady. It was one of those moments. Talk about living in the moment. Yeah. That was a moment.
And but
it's a seared moment. I can still see it.
But what I though think about is how that moment almost didn't happen. Because remember that time me and you and the boys were on a canoe trip, and we're going down the and Evan jumps in, and then Evan's swimming. And then you decide to jump in and help him.
Yeah, because he was my baby.
And then y'all are struggling, and you're yelling for help.
And you in the canoe, and the canoe is
I'm
not
looking at
still.
you, and I said, you're
waving.
like, help. And I said, stand up.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. If you hadn't stood up in that 4 foot of water, you could have drowned. You could have drowned.
You kept trying to do these things that I thought you were trying to kill me. I didn't grow up. You grew up in the country.
Baby,
I
the
did
water
not.
was 4 feet deep.
I didn't know that. All I knew was this is my first time in a canoe. Or there was a rubber boat or whatever. It wasn't a canoe. It was one of those, a raft.
Yeah.
And you and Tyler are in the boat, and there's no anchor. So it's not sitting still. It's kind of floating. It's a wonder. He had on his little life vest, and I had him grabbed where the strap goes through his crotch. I had him so tight trying to push him forward. I was yelling, just stand up. I've had a couple of not so great moments in the water.
Yeah, like water is not our thing. Like we
like to be around it.
We like to be on it.
We like to be on it and around it, but we really don't do so well in the water.
We've had some moments.
Yeah. Oh, you've had a moment. You've had some moments too.
Well, I think about our trip to Phuket, talking about experiences. We did the Southeast Asia tour with Todd and Kayla.
That was amazing, though.
And we were out. We decided
that was a storm happening.
We chartered that boat, and we're out on a beautiful day, looking at all the places. The scenery's been in all these movies, and then our captain said, "Oh, there's just right the captain, first mate, and the four of us." Yeah. It's like, "Oh, there's a storm coming. We better head back." And we're probably out an hour.
Yeah, we were
and
out.
15 minutes in, it feels like a monsoon.
Yeah.
And it rained. I mean, poured the whole time.
Yeah, I kind of blocked that.
And that was like. Are we even going to make it back? Yeah, so that was one. The one when we were in, you and I were...
You were in Italy?
One where you and I were with Mouse and...
Antigua.
Yeah. And
we've had some really wonderful places we've been. We didn't even know that we would do these things. I just keep thinking about the
that
things
one. We thought that the sailboat is on its side, and you and I and that Italian couple were thinking like, this is it.
But remember when we
do we have a wheel? Like we're gonna get a wheel when we get back.
We did come home. We came home and either did our wheel or redid our wheel.
Yeah,
we did.
For sure.
But that was also the time when I jumped off the boat because you had jumped in and took off, and I thought you left your goggles, and so I put your goggles.
Because I knew it was hard to swim with.
Well, I just thought I was looking after you, baby. You're gonna want your goggles because I thought we were gonna be snorkeling. So I jump out the boat, and I've got.
And this time the water is truly over here. This water is about 20 feet deep now.
The ocean is just that way. And was this after the storm when we got to the calm, or was this before?
Yes, this is when we got.
We got through to a cove, and it's where a lot of other boats were parked. And so I jump in. The thing that got me in trouble, because it was a few months after I'd had a revision surgery on my leg, and so my leg wasn't very strong, and I put on the flippers. And so I couldn't get upright. So the flippers were like a spiral pulling me down. And that was a moment. The guys were like, can you swim? Why would you jump off the boat if you can't swim? I'm like, I can swim. Yeah. Yeah, that was a.
So, you know,
Yeah,
that's a note to self. But
it should be.
Maybe I'm going to take that one
It
piece of
should
advice,
be.
like you talk about being present. I'm going to remember our history.
Yeah.
Anytime we're in the water, I'm like, okay, what could go wrong
What
here?
could go
Let's plan for that. Let's make sure we plan for that. So that's good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So clearly, one of the things that we enjoy and have had the privilege to do is some pretty cool travel.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're talking about doing some other things. We haven't put travel plans together yet for this year, but
I'm excited about New Year's Eve. We're gonna do first time. We normally go to the beach. We're gonna do Mexico City again with Todd and Kaylin.
Yeah,
that'll be a lot of fun,
buddies.
different experience.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. So we'll see. We'll see if we do some more things later. Where you're transitioning in your career, and so that's cool. We've got some things to figure out and enjoy.
So you say transitioning for people paying attention? Retired.
Retired.
And so excited about that and figuring out what's next. But right now, just people ask me, how's it been? I'm like, well, it's been 30 days.
Yeah.
So not much has changed. And right now,
Except you're getting up a little later. I mean, you said, I'm getting up at 7:30. Like, is there a problem with that? Like,
I haven't woke up at 7:30 for 5 days in a row.
Yeah.
And since I was probably 12. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you've always worked. You're a hard worker.
Yeah.
You'll find productive ways to
no doubt.
use your life and your skills and all of that. It'll be fun to see how that shakes out. Like you said, people often ask, so what's the secret? Right? You alluded to part of the secret of sustaining marriage this long is just commitment. And that's true, commitment, devotion.
Yeah.
I've made the joke that, neither one of us has wanted to quit at the same time. There's always one willing to hold it down.
The other one is ego. Like, we talk, I don't know the technical term for it, but I think about ego in that ego is what keeps you from apologizing. Ego is what makes you want to argue to be right. Mm-hmm. Ego/pride, those things that, you don't want to look foolish. Mm-hmm. Ego is that thing that makes you, it makes you just do things that, like, that's the opposite of being in the moment in my mind. Ego is about what people think of me in the past, what people are going to think of me. It's not what I need to do right now to
make the next right decision
in
the moment.
To have peace now and to have joy now. Like, that's not ego, and that seem to be at odds. And like people, well, then ego drives a lot of people. Right? Yeah. I'm not saying that there's not some other perks, other benefits of having a strong ego. But when it comes to if you want to build a successful marriage, I think that is a death trap. Yeah.
I think it, when those things pull you apart, safety, that's a word I use a lot, safety. And I think safety with your soft places, with the things that you're fearful about. I think we all carry, limiting beliefs or fears or wounds, some self-inflicted, some from our growing up years, some from, I think we all carry places that hurt. And I think we operate from those places a lot, from those fears a lot. And after all of these years together, you say there's really not anything we don't know about each other, nothing of significance, right? We know how we think, how we move. Certainly in the moment, sometimes we forget what we know, right? But like I do, I get lost in my thought a little bit as I look at your handsome face. But we talk about commitments. We talk about laying ego aside, building safety. Like when I say safety, because that's a word I use a lot, and I don't know that it really resonates with you. Does it? Like, what do you think?
I hear when, like, I know what your profession is, and so some of those words to me sound clinical. Yeah, like I don't say, if I'm out with the boys, hey, you feel safe hitting that shot, or hey, you feel like we don't talk like that.
Okay.
But
me and the girls kind of do sometimes.
Yeah, but what I hear in that is like just like, what are you worried about? And like all that is, people are worried about stuff, and they're now talking about guys, just hanging out with the guys. Guys are some of the most insecure people you will ever meet. Mm-hmm. It's so much bluster about, right, what I have, what I've done, where I've been, what I'm going to do. Like, That's all. I mean, I think in your words, those are safety. Those are things that we put up for protection. When you guys have the same issues that women have, right? We're people, and I think that's what you got to get to. So when I've told Tyler and Evan this, and I'll say it to anybody: once you get through life, you get to halfway through your life or whatever, you get in your 30s, 40s, if you have truly 2 or 3 people you can count on and they can count on you, those are your real friends. When somebody says they have 10 friends, those are unique people, because I think that's rare. There's just not that many people that you can be that open and exposed to, and safety, or you don't have to have up all the stuff.
Yeah.
And, I have a group of guys that we do a Bible and bourbon. Right? Like some people will be like, what?
Well, you know what? Can you, when we first became believers, we would think that's crazy.
Yes.
That is so Christian-like, that's backslidden, but it's not.
I mean, it's
you like bourbon and you love Jesus, and you get together and you talk about it and you expose each other.
And we're doing tasting. I mean, we're not drinking.
Yeah.
We're not drinking whole bottles of bourbon.
Yeah.
Although one time we did.
Okay.
But that's a whole nother
time.
story. We'll come back to that.
Yep.
But yeah,
you gotta find your limits.
but I guess mine is just
what you had real encounter with Jesus that day?
How do you get past just the fear and can be, real? And there's just not many people you can do that with, where you can really tell them what you're concerned about. And I mean, and you think about in the corporate world, gosh, we have all kinds of things that we put up to help with those barriers, to keep people out, right? We have big offices, and we do all kinds of stuff and titles, and those are all protections, and a lot of, not all, there's a lot of value in it, but there's also a lot of showmanship in it as well.
I know for me, whatever I project, I don't get challenged a lot. And so love for me, I have a couple of women in my life that will call me on stuff. They're safe. I'm safe with my failures and my insecurities with them, but they will also call me on stuff. And I think about my one girlfriend, when you think about people who can hear you when you're silent. Like my friend Laura said to me one day, what's going on with you? I'm like, what? I thought I came to a thing, dressed on time, relatively. And she said, what's wrong with you? Your energy's off. I hadn't said a word. We hadn't had a conversation. Like, I love that kind of intention. And I think when you talk about presence, you have to choose. You have to intend to be present.
I'm starting to feel this experience. I think we ought to do a session, you and me, where I get to break down all your friends. You name them, and I get to.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, especially your crew. Oh yeah.
You can't break, my crew is tight.
Yeah, I can break your crew down.
You be trying to infiltrate my crew. I keep telling you can't stay out of my crew.
I'm gonna name a couple. I got stuff on Lisa Johnson I can break down.
You got nothing on Lisa.
Christy Rodriguez.
This is public.
Laura.
Their names will be in the
and they better be nice when they hear about it, because this
is not staying in the room. Okay. All right.
Crystal. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I'm just in terms of you use words to describe people. I got words to describe real people.
You got words.
Laverne. Oh, do I got words? Do I got words? Yeah.
Fortunately, they
Leah?
all.
I got words.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I bet they have some words for you too. Yeah.
Love.
I know.
Peace.
Love,
strong.
Peace. Kind. Never.
Yeah.
Never smart aleck. Never. I know. You're that guy. Thank you, honey. This was fun.
Awesome.
I've been getting the sign to wrap it up. I ignore it every time. He's like, I'm doing my best over here. But we try to keep it to 30, 40 minutes or so.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate it. I hope that, those of you who will listen and view this podcast will see two real people in it together. Didn't deny any of our struggles. We didn't go into all of that, right? But there's a genuine love and a genuine commitment and admiration. And I think all those things are important. Like I said, we're real people, so we're not always in this giggly mode. but we do some practical things to keep us connected. We have adventure together, and we involve ourselves in each other's passions. I've learned to play golf and love it myself. So I hope that when you're considering your relationships, that you will think about some of the things that he said. I learned a lot today, actually, from you, about being present and about commitment and about having fun and ribbing one another and appreciating the journey and living in the moment. So thank you for that. We have a drink. We've been drinking whiskey sours, and they're very good. Would you give the recipe for
Yeah, sure.
drink?
So whiskey sour, traditional whiskey sour, one of the oldest cocktails out there. 1 ounce of lemon juice, 1 ounce of simple syrup, 2 ounces of bourbon, egg white, the Marshmallow cherry.
Yep.
And I think that's it.
Yep.
Did I miss anything?
Simple syrup, lemon juice.
Lemon juice, that's
Lemon
it.
juice, yep.
2 ounces, yeah.
That's
And then
it.
shake it for 15, 20 seconds, then put ice in it and shake it again for another 30, 45 seconds to really get the foam up.
Yep.
And pour the rice.
Silky, very
and
good.
then very silky, yeah.
Get your protein with a whiskey
A
sour.
little protein. There you go. Well, thank you. Thank you. I enjoyed it.
My God, this is my
And,
pleasure. I've been looking forward to doing this for a while.
All right.
So, good folks, this has been the season finale of season 4 of Tales from the Shaker. Thank you for joining us this whole season. Looking forward to 5. I've got some great people lined up for that. And so go out there and shake some things up in your own life. All right? Peace.